The stadium was built by Ruth. The Iron Horse was in his youth. The Yankees lineup was Murderer's Row. And after Huggins' reign, they were champions again, when winning became the only game from Martha to Joe. I'm talking baseball. Bill Dickey and Lazzari, Yankee baseball. Henrik, Andy Carey, Reynolds, Rashi, Goofy's bag of tricks. They knew him in the apple and the sticks, like the Bambino, the Clipper, and the Mick.
And we welcome you live to Yankee Stadium for New York Yankee Baseball, as today Channel 11 Live presents New York Yankee Baseball against the Chicago White Sox. Hello, everybody, and we welcome you live in, and we thank you. And yes, hello, Cleve baseball fan. Welcome aboard. Classic baseball on the radio, probably one of the greatest channels ever alive, ever on the radio. I so much want you to stay in here. And let's go to the game here as we bring you Yankees and White Sox, the second game of a 3-game series. So the Yankees have taken the field. It'll be White in left, Rivers in center, and Jackson in right. Mickey Klotz gets the start at third. Yikes. Bucky Dent at short, Willie Randolph at second, and Chris Chambliss at first. Cliff Johnson gets the start today behind home plate, and Ed Figueroa is your pitcher. And pitching, and Figueroa comes in a record of 0-1, 2.70 ERA, 7 innings of work, give up 7 hits, 2 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Here's your White Sox lineup. Ralph Garr leading off in left, Chet Lemon in center, George Orta at second, Bobby Bonds batting fourth and right, Lamar Johnson at first. Ron Bloomberg, the former Yankee, is your DH. Eric Soderholm at third, Don Kessinger at short, and Wayne Nordhagen is behind the plate. Here comes Ralph Garr. We're set for baseball here in the Bronx. Game 2 of a 3-game series. So Garr leads off. Ed Figueroa is on the mound, and here we go. So here's the first pitch for Figueroa. As he hit ground ball to short, that's that. Picks it up and throws him out, one away. So there's one out here in the first, and it brings up young Chet Lemon, hitting 190 on the year with 3 runs batted in. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch from Eddie Figueroa. 3-7, fly ball to center. Rivers is there, makes the catch, and there is 2 outs. Here's George Orta, the 3-hitter. He's hitting .238, a home run, and 3 RBIs. Johnson sets the target for him. Ed Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch. And that will be a line drive. Oh, deep to left center field. Back goes Rivers. Up against the wall. He just missed a home run by a couple feet. Orta will go to second, stay right there. And Orta has a 2-out double. Boy, he just missed that by a couple feet. That bounced off the top of the wall 410 feet away as Orta just missed a home run. Runner on second and 2 outs. Here's Bobby Bonds hitting 190 on the year. 2 home runs, 5 runs batted in. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa now with runner on second. Figueroa working from the stretch. Here's your pitch to Bonds. And that will be a line drive base hit for Bonds. That will go to the gap. That will cut the gap. Orta will score. Bonds will go to second. And the White Sox have back-to-back doubles and a 1-0 lead. So now here's Lamar Johnson. Johnson hitting .238, 2 RBIs on the season. Cliff Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Lamar Johnson. 1-6, struck him out, and Ed Figueroa starts off very, very differently. Gives up a run on 2 hits. We go to the bottom of the first. It's 1-0 Chicago. White Sox defensively, Garr in left, Lemon in center, Bonds in right. Soderholm at third, Kessinger at short, Orta at second, Johnson at first. Behind the plate is Wayne Nordhagen, and on the mound, Fransisco Barrios. Barrios on the year 0-1, 7.50 ERA. His last start was 6 innings, gave up 6 hits, 5 walks, and 4 strikeouts. Up for the Yankees is their lineup. Randolph leading off at second. Rivers is batting second. Jim Spencer, who had a home run in the actual game, is your DH and batting third. Jackson batting fourth and right. Chambliss at first. Roy White in left. Cliff Johnson behind the plate. Bucky Dent at short. And Mickey Klotz batting ninth. So, tough situation here for our Yanks. as Mickey Klutz is playing instead of Nettles today, and Munson's also on the bench. So let's take a look at the Yankee bench to make sure everyone is healthy. Munson, Nettles are possible pinch hitters. They are available. Well, let's take a look again at our game so far today. Thank you so much, Classic Baseball on the radio. Again, it's one of the most favorite things I go to. I wish you had the original 1978 opening day versus the White Sox. It doesn't have good quality, but I hope in the future maybe we can get another quality upload on that one, because I was just playing that game yesterday, and it'd been cool to actually listen to the actual game, but the quality's kind of rough on it. So let's get to the game again. It's going to be the bottom of the first inning, 1-0 Chicago. Randolph leading off. He's hitting .296. Good start of year. Double RBI, has a couple walks. Norhagen puts the sign down. Fransisco Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Randolph. And that will be a pop to short. Kessinger there makes the catch, and you got one out. Here's Mickey Rivers. He's found his power this year. 308 hitter, 3 home runs, 8 runs batted in. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the windup. Here's the pitch. And that will be a fly ball into right field. Bonds is there, makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. And now here's Jim Spencer. He's hitting .286, 7 at-bats, home run, and a run batted in. He's a DH today. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Spencer. And that will be a 4-9 pop to second. Order there, makes the catch. And 1 inning of play is done here in the Bronx. 1-0 White Sox. So Ed Figueroa out for a second day of work. He'll pitch to the former Yankee Ron Blomberg, followed by Eric Soderholm and Don Kessinger. There, if you want to read a good book, I have not started into me, but the book that Ron Blomberg wrote and had a kind of his relationship he had with Thurman Munson, again, looks like an excellent book. I haven't started into it yet. It just sounds like Blomberg was a class man and also was a very funny man, as his stories with Thurman would tell. So Blomberg, left-handed hitter, former Yankee, got a nice little applause walking up to the plate. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch to Blomberg. And that will be a ground ball to third. He just missed it. Klutz picked it up and threw him out. Figueroa has to get out from the middle of the plate. Here's Eric Soderholm. He's hitting .217, a home run and an RBI. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch to Soderholm. And that will be a walk to Eric Soderholm. So runner on first and 1 out. Brings on Don Kessinger. He had 2 hits in yesterday's ball game, hitting .389. Switch hitter batting from the left-hand side. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Don Kessinger. 4-10 ground ball to third. Klutz, that is going to be a problem. Klutz picks it up. Does he make the play? Oh, no. Or does he? Let's see. Does he make the play? He gets it. He gets the only out he can get. He gets the out at first. So he makes the play. Yikes. Whew, that was a tough one. That's going to be tough watching Klutz out there. That's 2 outs, but we're playing as-played lineups. Wayne Norhagen, the batter, runner on second and 2 outs. Norhagen hitting .267 and an RBI. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in from the stretch. Runner on second and 2 out. Pitch to Norhagen. 3-9 and struck him out. So the White Sox are done in the second. Let's head to the bottom of the second. 1-0 White Sox. So here's Reginald Martinez Jackson hitting .200 with an RBI. Still looking for his first home run. 25 at-bats in. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that will be a strikeout as Fransisco Barrios threw that changeup. And he got Jackson out in front. Here's Chambliss. Good start. .292 home run RBI. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Chris. And that will be a 4-4 ground ball to third. Soderholm, he's at .219. He'll come up throwing and throws him out. Good throw by Soderholm. So 2 outs. Here's Roy White. Gets to start today in left, hitting .176. 1 home run, 3 runs batted in. Switchy batting from the left-hand side. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in, and here's the pitch to White. And that will be a ground ball to short. Kessinger picks it up, throws it out to Johnson, and that will do it for the Yanks in the second. 3 up, 3 down. Let's head to the top of the third, and we got no score. Give me one moment, boys and girls. I'm just keeping an eye on other things. Okay, that's good. So top three so far: the White Sox, 1 run on 2 hits. Yankees still looking for their first hit. No runs on no hits. Again, top of the third, Stratomatic Baseball, game 2 of this weekend series with the White Sox. All the games I do try to broadcast will be on ones they do schedule as TV. So I kind of want to do that. And then I'll be broadcasting other ones like radio broadcast when there is TV. The other ones I'll just play offline. So kind of mix. So here's Ralph Garr, the road runner. He's 0 for 1 with a ground out, 20 at bats, a double, hitting a nice easy 300. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in, gets the sign. And here is your pitch to Garr. Ground ball back to Figueroa. He's a 3-6. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Oh, no. He let it roll a little bit, and Figueroa couldn't pick it up, and the speedy Garr beat it out. So now they got a situation here with Johnson being a below-average arm. Figueroa doesn't hold that well. It gives Garr a good opportunity to run. So here's Lemon, runner on first and nobody out. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Let's see, and they're going to try hit and run, fly ball right field, and it's a pop-up. Randolph back there makes the over-the-shoulder catch, and Garr heads back to first. So they wasted an opportunity there. Instead of running, they went with a hit and run. Here's George Orta, doubled and scored his first time up. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Orta. 6-8, pop to short. Dent is there, goes out, calls, makes the catch. So now here's Bonds. He doubled and a run his first time up. So Bonds with his 6th-run bat at the end of the season. Runner on first, 2 outs. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to Bonds. Oh, Garr trying to take a lead. So again, with Bonds being a prolific leadoff hitter, perfect opportunity for Ralph Garr to get a lead. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Bonds, and that is a pop to first. Pop up all over the place. Chambliss backs up, makes the catch, and ends the top of the third. No runs, 1 hit, and 1 man left. We go to the bottom of third. Chicago 1, and the Yankees nothing. So now here's Cliff Johnson. Boy, he gets the start today against right-handed pitching, and we know how awful that is for Cliffy. He doesn't hit righties usually too well. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Cliff, and he tries to get a base. He does. A base hit for Cliff Johnson. He gets it off the pitcher's card, and Johnson has a leadoff hit. So Johnson kind of laughs about it. It kind of just got through. There's your expression of the ball has eyes. So now here's Bucky Dent, the 8th hitter, with Mickey Klutz on deck. Let's see, maybe they lay down a bunt here. They may. Bucky Dent is scoring around. Here's the bunt from Dent. Did they get him? Yes, they did. So a nice bunt by Dent. He deaded it perfectly. Barrios picked it up, goes to Johnson, and Johnson's on at second with nobody out. So now, oh no, what was that? No, it goes wide. Miffed of Nordhagen. So it's a pass ball by Nordhagen, and Johnson takes second anyway. So Dent a chance to push Johnson over to third with the bunt. Let's see if they keep the bunt on here. Let's see if the bunt is on, and it is, I believe it is. A great bunt by Dent. Picked it up by Barrios, throws to Johnson covering, and Cliff Johnson will head the third. So the Yankees with a great start. A hit by Johnson. He got pass ball over to second, goes to third on a sack. So with 1 out, it brings up the young Mickey Klutz. Let's see what Mickey can do here with 1 out. Norhagen puts down the sign. Klutz only had 2 at-bats during the season, and he had both hits. So we'll see what he does. This is definitely a loaded card for him. Barrios from the stretch and the pitch. 2-7, base hit, Mickey Klutz. He got a base hit. So Klutz takes first, and the Yankees tie this game at 1. So unbelievably, Mickey Klutz pays dividends, and we have a 1-1 game. So here's Willie Randolph. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Randolph. And that will be a single to center field for Randolph. So Klutz will go to second. They will hold him there. And the Yankees got 2 on and 1 out of a 1-1 game. So now here's Mick. He flied out his first time up. Yankees trying to get something going here in the Bronx. about 20 or 20,000 or so here on a Saturday afternoon. First and second and one out, 1-1 score. Both teams sporting 3 hits with 1 run. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Rivers. 2-8. Oh, he just missed it. Johnson with the snag, and Randolph luckily was right there. 2 outs for Spencer. Big opportunity for Jimmy here. Popped up his first time up. He's 2 for his first 8. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in. First and second, 2 outs. Pitch to Spencer. 4-4. Ground ball third is Soderholm. Does he come up with it? He gets up and throws. Got him. Good play by Soderholm to end the inning. Yankees strand 2, but they get 1. We played 3 in the Bronx. It's Yankees 1, White Sox 1. Yankees 1 run on 3 hits. The White Sox 1 run on 3. All right. Thank you so much for everyone being here. And we're going to go ahead and give you an out-of-town scoreboard like we always do during the 3rd inning. So now, as we go to the 4th, it's the Twins leading the Mariners 3-0. It's the Cleveland Indians all over the Royals 8-0. It is the Tigers over the Blue Jays 9-3. Texas over Boston 1-0. Baltimore over KC 1-0. Montreal over Cincinnati 1-0. Phillies Cardinals no score. The Mets leading the Expos 2-2, and the Reds leading the Pirates by 9-0. So tough start for the Buccos today. 1-1 score. We head to the 4th. Figueroa was 4th inning of work. He will pitch to Johnson, Bloomberg, and Soderholm. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in. Here's the pitch to Lamar Johnson. And for Lamar Johnson, a base hit. Oh, a single on a 1, so that's not a base hit. Ballpark singles go to die here in the Bronx, only on a 1. So 1 out in the 4th, and here's Ronnie Bloomberg. Bloomberg grounded out his first time up. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa looks in, and the windup and pitch to Bloomberg. 4-6, and he draws that walk. Oh, again, the Yankees getting squeezed by the home plate umpire with Steve Palermo yesterday. Today's home plate umpire is Joe Brinkman. So Joe Brinkman is the home plate umpire today, and he's the one getting involved in that discussion. So Soderholm bats, runner on first and 1 out. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out. Bloomberg not really a threat to steal. Here's a pitch to Eric, and that will be a ground ball to third. Oh, that's Klutz. That could be a problem for Mickey. Does he get to it? And no, Klutz cannot come up with it. It came off his arm, and that will be an E5. So Klutz makes the error there. First and second, 1 out. And boy, the Yankees looking forward to getting him out of there as soon as he can. Kessinger the batter. First and second, 1 out. Kessinger grounded out his first time up. He can use a double play grounder right now. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. First and second, 1 out. Pitch to Kessinger. Double sixes. That is a fly ball right field. Jackson's going to have to hurry for it. Does he make the catch? No, he cannot make the catch. That will be up against the wall. Both runners will score. Kessinger will head for third, and he slides in. So Don Kessinger triples in 2, and the White Sox lead it 3-1. Oh, a tough start for these Bombers. A bad error from Mickey Klutz, and then taking advantage of Reggie Jackson, who was not positioned well. And that all of a sudden has opened up the floodgates here in New York. 3-1 White Sox here in the 4th. Here's Nordhagen. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Runner on third and 1 out. Pitch to Nordhagen and he draws the walk there. Figueroa, you can tell that Puerto Rican temper is getting the best of him. First and third, 1 out for Ralph Garr. So Billy Martin now watching on intently. Yankees don't have a huge bullpen, to say the least. This was definitely a team that had taken advantage of their starters. Ken Clay up in that Yankee bullpen. Johnson puts down the target. Figueroa from the stretch. First and third, 1. Here's the pitch to Garr. And Garr, line drive, that dead. Oh, that could have saved a run. Kessinger holds. So does Nordhagen. First and third and 2 outs. Here's Chet Lemon. Big opportunity for the youngster. He has flied out and popped up so far. 4th inning of work, and Lemon's up for the 3rd time. Johnson puts down the target. Figueroa from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs. Big pitch to Lemon, 4-6, base hit for Chet Lemon. Kessinger comes around to score. Nordhagen will go all the way to third, and the White Sox now lead at 4-1 with a 3-run fourth. So now here's George Orta. He has doubled and popped up and scored. He's 1 for 2. Johnson sets the target. Figueroa from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Orta. And Orta just hit a drive to deep right field. Jackson looks up, and it is gone. And that, folks, may have done it for Ed Figueroa. A 3-run homer for George Orta. The White Sox have jumped on top of a 6-run fourth and lead it by the score of 7-1. So let's see if Billy comes out. He will wave for Ken Clay. So a pitching change here in the Bronx with the scores. Chicago White Sox 7 and New York Yankees 1. So Figueroa with a real quick outing today. Again, the Yankees will depend on Ken Clay to kind of save him the bacon today. Clay 1-0 on the season, 4.5 ERA. He's been in 4 innings, giving up 5 hits, a walk, and a couple home runs. So now Bonds will bat against Clay. Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And that will be a catch X. That should be Johnson. Johnson does not field it cleanly. And that's the second error of this inning. So here's Lamar Johnson. So the Yankee defense has absolutely just pooped the bed, as they say. 7-1 White Sox here in the fourth. Johnson sets the target. Clay now from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. And here comes Bobby Bonds. He's going to try to steal it, and he does. As Cliff Johnson miffs one and throws one in the center field. Bonds will take third. That's the second error of the inning for Cliff Johnson. Runner on third and 2 outs as Johnson now has a runner in scoring position. So Cliff Johnson sets the target. Clay from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that will be a fly ball left field. White at the track makes the catch. And that is the end of the inning. But the White Sox add 6 in the fourth. We head to the bottom of the fourth. It's 7-1 Chicago. So the Yankees have a little bit of a hill to climb up here, as they have definitely buried themselves in a hole here in the fourth. Yankees will set up Jackson, followed by Chambliss and White against Fransisco Barrios. Let's see if Barrios can give some of it back here. Yankees are not out of this. They just have to poke away. Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios for the windup. Here's your pitch. And that will be a line drive base hit for Jackson. He needed that one to get out of the slumps. So Jackson on at first and nobody out. And here come the Yankees. So Chambliss will now bat. He grounded out his first time up. Chambliss left-handed hitter. Want to try to get these back one at a time. Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that is a walk. So now Joe Brinkman not giving Fransisco Barrios anything. First and second, nobody out as the Yankees try to get back in this. Here is Roy White. Again, with his White Sox defense, anything is possible. They have 1, 2, 3, 4 fours out there on defense. So definitely defensively, they're not a good ball team. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch to Roy White. And that is a walk. So White works the walk, and the Yankees got the bases loaded and nobody out, and they have a big chance to get back in this game. Cliff Johnson, 1 for 1, has scored the only Yankee run. I do try to make a rule when playing with as-play lineups not to substitute until you get to about the 7th inning. Because, again, that's not really fair. These guys would have stayed in the full time, even though you got some guys on the bench who probably should be hitting DH or catching. But for Johnson, since he's your catcher, I'm not going to make any moves till later. So Johnson's going to have to hope for a hit on Barrios' card. Otherwise, he's going to be dead. Maybe he can get a sac fly here. Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. 7-1 White Sox. Bases loaded Yankees. And that will be a 4-8 fly ball left field. Johnson gets the job done. Garr with the catch. And here comes the run as the Yankees cut the lead to 7-2. So to get a run back, that's the thing you have to do is answer a big snowman inning with a run of your own. So now it's 7-2, first and second, 1 out. And here's Bucky Dent. Sack bunt his last time up. Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Dent. And that will be a struck him out. Barrios caught the inside corner. And now it brings up Mickey Klutz. So far on the season, he is 1 for 1. He only had 2 at-bats in the actual season. Let's see if Klutz can get something off that card of his. First and second, 2 outs. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Klotz. 4-7, ground ball to second. Orta's got it. Can he make the play? He does on a 4. Orta makes the play, and the Yankees are retired. The Yankees add 1 in the 4th. Let's go to the 5th. It's 7-2 White Sox as we go to the top of the 5th inning. All right, 7-2 White Sox here as we got a couple people kind of meandering in the upper deck. Classic baseball on the radio. I say this and I say this again. Please go ahead and go to his channel. He wants some of the greatest radio broadcasts of all time, including some games you probably have not heard in forever. What a channel he has. Ronnie Bloomberg here, 7-2 in the 5th. Bloomberg followed by Soderholm and Kessinger. Johnson puts down the sign. Clay looks in. Here's a pitch to Bloomberg, and that's a ground ball to short. Dent picks it up, throws to Chambliss for 1 out. Here's Eric Soderholm, 0 for 1 with a run scored. Cliff Johnson puts down the sign. Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Eric Soderholm, and that's a ground ball to short. Dent picks it up, and you got him. Throw him out. So rinse and repeat. 2 quick outs here in the 4th. Here's Kessinger, 2-run triple back in the 4th of that 6-run 4th inning. Johnson sets the target. Clay looks in. Here's a windup and pitch to Kessinger. And that's a pop to short. Dent right there makes the catch. And the White Sox go 1, 2, 3. Well, we go to the bottom of the 5th. It's 7-2 White Sox. Randolph followed by Rivers and Spencer here. Yankees trying to get back in this, down 5. Norhagen sets the target for him. Barrios looks in. Randolph, Rivers, and Spencer right, left against Fransisco Barrios. Here's a pitch to Randolph. And that's a 3. Oh, it hit him inside. So Barrios went inside and clipped Randolph. So Randolph at first base. Now again, they are down 5 runs, but Willie's got some speed. If he can get the lead, he might try to go here. Does he get the lead? No, he goes to second. So a stolen base for Randolph. So Randolph does get second base, the first stolen base of the year for these Yanks. And let's see if Rivers can now bring him home. Just want to cut this lead 1 by 1. They've got enough outs left to get runs back. So here's Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Rivers. 4-6, pop to short. Rivers doesn't get the job done. Kessinger back, makes the catch. Here's Spencer. Big opportunity for Jimmy. 2 for 9 so far in the season with a home run. 0 for 2 today. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the stretch. Runner on second, 1 out. Pitch to Spencer. And that is deep. That is up against the wall. That's trouble. Lemon cannot get up against the wall. Randolph will score easily. Spencer will go in the second with a double. And the Yankees have cut the lead to 7-3. So the Yankees are building that picket fence to get back in this. A run in the 3rd, run in the 4th, and run in the 5th. So now it's 7-3 White Sox with 1 out in the 5th. So here's Reggie. Fans on their feet chanting his name. Struck out and singled back in the 4th. Norhagen puts the sign. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And that is going to be, it goes back to the backstop again. That is a pass ball by Norhagen. Spencer will take 3rd. So the Yankees, a golden opportunity with 1 out, runner on 3rd to get this one in. Jackson just needs to get the ball in the air. Norhagen again puts the sign down. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Reggie. And that'll be a walk to Jackson. And the Yankees all of a sudden put the tying run on the on-deck circle. Here's the first baseman, Chambliss. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. So Chambliss sets up. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the stretch. 1st and 3rd, 1 out. Big swing for him. First base Johnson. The infield was not in. Runner on 3rd will score. He'll go to short, gets the force, and there's 2 outs. But the Yankees have now cut the lead to 7-4. So a 2-run 5th here. Here is Roy White. White so far has grounded out and walked. He's 0 for 1. Yanks down 3 with 2 outs here in the 5th. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the stretch. Runner on 1st, 2 out. Pitch to the switch inning. Roy White. 4-5 line drive right at Orta ends the inning. But the Yankees do tack on 2. We go to the 6th. We're halfway through. It's 7-4 White Sox. Let's take a look now at the box score as we head to the 6th. Fransisco Barrios, 5 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 have been earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. Ed Figueroa only went 3 2/3, 6 innings, 7 hits, only 2 were earned, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. His defense really let him down, and he gave up some big hits. Clay so far has gone an inning and a third and has looked really good. Doubles in the ball game by Orta, Bonds, and Spencer. Triples by Kessinger, and George Orta had a home run for the White Sox in that 6-run fourth. RBIs in the game by Lemon. Orta has 3. Bonds, Kessinger has 2. Spencer, Chambliss, Johnson, and Klutz. We head to the top of the 6th here in New York in the Bronx on a Saturday afternoon, April 15th, 1978. White Sox lead the Yankees 7-4. So let's go and let's keep it going here in the Bronx. So it's going to be Nordhagen followed by Guard Lemon here in the 6th. Johnson puts down the target. Ken Clay looks in. Here's the pitch from Nordhagen. 2-3, pop the short. Dent will be there, makes the catch. And there's one away. So here's Ralph Garr. He's grounded out. Infield hit in the 3rd and lined out in the 4th. He's up for the 4th time here in the 6th inning. Johnson sets the target. Clay looks in. Here's the sign and pitch to Garr. 4-4. That's a pop-up. Can Johnson get to it? Yes, he does. That's a big out for Cliff Johnson to get. So now here's Chet Lemon. Lemon had a hit back in the 4th inning that drove it a run. That's 6-run 4th. So now a big-time Chet Lemon. We'll see if we can get a big base hit right now. So Johnson sets the sign. Ken Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Chet Lemon, and he gets the walk. So he doesn't get out unscathed. Run first, 2 outs for Orta, 2 for 3, a double in the 1st, and a long 3-run homer back in the 4th. The 3-run homer was what ended the afternoon for Ed Figueroa. Johnson puts down the sign. Clay looks in from the stretch. Run first and 2 outs. Pitch to Orta. 6-5 fly ball to left. White is there, makes the catch, and the White Sox are out of the 6th. Yankees getting back in this. It's 7-4 White Sox heading to the bottom of the 6th inning. Hey, Beatles internally, thank you so much for coming in, my friend. Welcome aboard. Johnson will be followed by Dent and Klutz. Now, here is a question, Beatles, as you're sitting here. Again, we talk about playing your own game, playing your own system, however you want to play it. Now, when I play as-played lineups, sometimes you get a lineup that you're not happy with, or for some reason the manager that day decided to play this god-awful lineup. Because right now I have Cliff Johnson behind the plate, and I got Mickey Klutz at 3rd. So there's no Nettles, there's no Munson. They're both active on the roster. I'm trying to make a role where I don't pinch hit at least until the 7th inning, because the starters were in there for a reason. So, you know, I thought I kind of look at it that way. So if we look at the actual box score of the game, was 2 for 3 in that game, actually, against a right-hander. He's normally a heavy left-handed guy. Mickey Klutz in that game was 2 for 2. So the 2 guys I'm talking and bitching about were 4 for 5 in the actual game and got the Yankees 6 hits where they won 3-2. But still, I'm watching. I have a Nettles and a Munson and Pinella on the bench, and I got some of these goofs in there. Again, I try not to pinch hit too soon, just because, you know, playing as played, you're not really supposed to twinkle too much out of lineup, but I figured at the end of the next inning, it's open season. I'm pinch hitting and putting guys in. I'm just, again, it's something to talk about on your shows and stuff like that. Just something I was thinking about. Nordhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in. Here is the pitch to Cliff Johnson. 1-8. He popped to second. Orta's there, makes the catch, and there's 1 out. So Cliffy's 1 for 2 today. Here's Bucky Dent. He got a new nickname after the 78 season, thanks to a home run he hit. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Dent, and that's going to be a pop to short. Kessinger is there. 2 outs here in the 6th. And now here's Mickey Klutz again. Probably his last at bat. He only had 2 at bats at all in the whole. He should walk here, knowing his stats, because he only had 2 official ABs during the season. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Barrios looks in. Here's the pitch to Klutz. Does he get a walk? He does. He gets the actual walk. That is so funny. Mickey Klutz with only 2 at-bats during the regular season, and he draws the walk to keep him at 2 at-bats. How funny is that? So now here's Willie Randolph, runner on. It's a runner on first and 2 outs. Randolph has popped up, singled, and hit by a pitch. He's officially 1 for 2. Norhagen sets the target. Barrios looks in and pitches to Randolph. 5-4, and that could be a problem. Norhagen cannot find the ball. And yes, he gets on at first. So an E2 by Norhagen. So it dropped in fair territory, and Randolph will reach first. So the Yankees bring the tying runner to the plate as they were down by 6. Heading to the bottom of the 4th inning here, and right now they have the tying runners on for Mick. Mick is 0 for 3 today. He's already hit 3 home runs on the season. Norhagen puts down the sign. Barrios from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rivers. And that's a ground ball back to Barrios. Gets it to Johnson and makes the play. We played 6. It's White Sox 7, Yankees 4. So far, White Sox 7 runs on 6 hits and 1 error, while the Yankees 4 runs on 5 hits and 3 errors. Let's look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Twins lead the Mariners 4-0. Indians all over the Royals 11-2. The Tigers overwhelming the young Blue Jays 16-3. Red Sox over the Rangers 5-1. Brewers over the Orioles 3-1. Astros lead the Reds 1-0. No score between Phillies and Cardinals. It is 2-2 between the Mets and Expos. And yes, the Reds lead the Buccos by 9 zip. Let's head to the 7th here and see what's going on here. All right. Hey, Tim, welcome back to the show. Thank you so much. Thank you for coming in back in the game so far today. All right. So here is Bonds. It's a 7-4 White Sox. Bonds will be followed by Johnson and Bloomberg. Right, left against Ken Clay. He'll stay in there, as he has pitched really well in relief of Ed Figueroa today. Johnson sets the target. Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Bonds. And that will be a line drive left field. White at the track and makes the catch. It just didn't travel enough. 1 out in the 7th. Here's Lamar Johnson. Lamar on the day so far is 0 for 3. Struck out back in the 1st, lined out in the 4th, and flied out in the 4th. So the White Sox batted around this in the 6th where they scored their 6 runs. Johnson puts down the sign. Ken Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Lamar Johnson. 4-8 and base hit Johnson. His first hit of the ball game. He's 1 for 4. So now here's Ron Bloomberg, the former Yank, walked back in the 4th. Johnson sets the target. Ken Clay from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. And that's a shorter lead. Ooh, Lamar Johnson trying to get a lead. So Ken Clay working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bloomberg. And that will be a base hit. Oh, he rocked down one to right field. So Ken Clay looks like he's lost a little of his effort today. He might be tired. First and third, 1 out for Soderholm. And let's see if the Yanks got something else in their bullpen they can go to. They want to stay probably with the righties here. Soderholm loves to smash lefties, and Kessinger's average definitely goes up against lefties. So now it brings up a very difficult situation here for the Yanks on who to bring in. 7th inning of a 7-4 ball game. Do you not want to bring Gossage in a tight situation, in a non-tight situation? They get 25 innings out of the season of Raleigh Eastwick, and they'll bring Eastwick in here in the 7th and hopefully keeps things where they are at. So Eastwick comes in relief, pitching change in the Bronx with the score. White Sox 7, Yankees 4. White Sox 7 runs, 8 hits, and 1 error. Yankees 4 runs, 5 hits, and 3 errors. Again, play with that hodgepodge lineup today. Again, but the Yankees can now make some changes if they need to. So now Johnson behind the plate sets the target. Eastwick from the stretch. First and third, 1 out. Big situation for the Yanks right now. 6-11, fly ball right field. That's at Jackson. That could be trouble for him. Does he make the play? Yes, he does. Fine running catch, but the run will score. So the White Sox tack a run on sacrifice fly. It's 8-4 White Sox. And now here's Don Kessinger. So good job by Eastwick to get the fly ball. Johnson puts down the target. Eastwick from the stretch. Runner on first and 2 outs. Pitch to Kessinger. And that's a pop-up. Oh, line drive. Chambliss makes the catch to end the inning. Well, the White Sox only get 1. We go to the bottom of the 7th here. It is 8-4 White Sox. And now it gets interesting. So the Chicago management decides they want Ron Schuler in. I thought I gave Barrios a 7 to stay in there. but Barrios may only be a 6. I'm not sure. So Ron Schuler comes out of the White Sox bullpen, and that is a crap card. He's pitching to 3 left-handed guys here, and he's a 9R. Holy smoke! The Yankees are just wanting this to happen. I mean, I may have to make an executive decision on the White Sox here. Again, something to think about. They don't really have anybody who shuts down lefties who's a reliever. I mean, Rich Hinton is a 4R himself, so he gets kind of smoked against righties too, against lefties too. So Schuler will stay out there. Let's see what the Yanks can do. Nordhagen puts down the target. Schuler from the windup. Here's the pitch to Nettles. And there's your base hit of the ball game. Spencer just rips through on Schuler. Runner on first and nobody out. And here is Reggie. So the Yankees looking to get back in this ball game against an inept reliever. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Schuler looks in from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. Pitch to Jackson, and he walks him. So Jackson draws the walk. Yankees back in this game now. First and second, nobody out for Chris Chambliss. So Ron Schuler looks like he's lost a lot here because he just can't get anything over the plate. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Here's the pitch, and it gets past him. So that will be another pass ball by Nordhagen. And the Yankees got second and third and nobody out. A chance to really get back in this game. So Chambliss the batter, followed by White. And then probably a pinch hitter for the catcher, Johnson. Nordhagen sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Chris. And that will be a ground ball to first. Takes it to the bag himself. Oh, the infield was in, I guess. Oh, I didn't realize the infield was in. They make the play, and Spencer ball. The contact play was not on, and there's one away. Oh, that's a big play in this ball game. Here's Roy White, second and third and one out. White with an opportunity. He's 0 for 2 today with a walk. Again, on deck circle, it does have Cliff Johnson on it, but you can tell the Yankees are going to go with somebody else if they need to. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to White. 1-4, popped the short. Jeez. Kessinger with the play, and there's 2 outs, and the Yankees will go to a pinch hitter. So Cliff Johnson is going to get pulled back. The question is who the Yankees going to go with, and they're just going to go with Greg Nettles here. They'll go ahead and put him in the game, make a double switch, probably put Munson in, probably put Hudson or Healy. Fran Healy only had 1 at bat during the year either. So Munson had 617 and 78. Why not play you? So we'll put Nettles the lead off. He's the guy to put in. He'll stay at third, and then they'll put the catcher probably in the 9th spot. So do a double swap. So Nettles comes in. He's hitting 350 on the year, 20 at bats, nothing on the board for him. So Nettles looks to get a shot at Ron Schuler here. Second and third, 2 outs. White Sox up 4. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. Big pitch to Nettles. And a 6-7 base hit for Nettles. Drives in 2. Spencer scores. Jackson will score from second. And the Yankees cut this lead to 8-6. So Nettles with a 2-run single. Here's Bucky Dent. Pinch hitter for Mickey Klutz on deck. Nordhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Dent. And that is going to be a ground ball to second. Orta makes the play. And that does it. White Sox lead 8-6 as we go to the 8th. So now the Yankees got some decisions to make. Greg Nettles will stay in the game and play third base and stay in the 7th spot, while I guess Thurman Munson will come in the ball game. He'll lead off the bottom of the 8th for the Yanks, so he'll come in and catch. He was hoping to have the rest of the game off, but I guess that's not going to happen. So the Yankees make decisions here. Eastwick is in. It's now 8-6 in the 8th. And it's going to be Nordhagen followed by Gar and Lemon, 2 guys who don't really care lefties, righties, and Lemon who kind of likes righties a little more. So the Yankees are going to go back to their bullpen, probably for an inning here for Sparky Lyle. Lyle has pitched really well and he has been a very upset pitcher. He was the Yankee closer all this time, and all of a sudden the Yankees decided to pull the trigger and bring Rich Gossage in the helm here as their closer. Lyle so far this year has gone 6 innings, only giving up 2 hits, 3 walks, and 2 strikeouts. He's been a most effective pitcher for the Yanks. So Lyle comes in. He'll pitch to Nordhagen, Gar, Lemon here in the top of the eighth. The White Sox 8-1. The Yankees 6-7-3. Munson puts down the sign. He's in the game. Lyle looks in and gets it. Here's a pitch to Nordhagen. 6-9 base hit Nordhagen. So Lyle gives up a base hit. Runner on first and nobody out for the left-handed hitter Ralph Gar. Let's see if Gar stays in the game. He's 1 for 4. Munson puts down the sign for him. Lyle looks in from the stretch. Runner on first and nobody out. And Gar lays down a bunt. He'll get the short out at first. And Nordhagen moves to second. So the White Sox look to play small ball with the sacrifices. Runner on second and 1 out. Here's Chet Lemon. So now Lemon is up. He'll be followed by Orta. That is an interesting deal here. You have a base open here. 8th inning. White Sox by 2. Munson puts down the sign. Lyle from the stretch. Runner on second and 1 out. Pitch to Lemon. That will be a liner caught by Dent. Luckily, that was just a ballpark single on a 1, and that's 2 outs. So now here's Orta. Definitely doesn't have the power he does against lefties. So Orta, let's see if he stays in there. Probably does. Orta normally a 274 hitter. So Orta first, runner on second, 2 out. Lyle trying to get Orta here to get the Yankees back with the bat again. Munson sets the target. Lyle looks in from the stretch. And that will get the runner to third. Oh, he crossed him up. That's a pass ball by Munson. As Munson was looking for a fastball and may have gotten that slider. Nordhagen to third, and Orta will remain with the bat. Runner on third, 2 outs. Sloppy game today on both parts. So Munson again back behind the plate, puts down the signs. He's putting him down so Lyle sees him here, lefty on lefty. Lyle looks in, gets the sign. Here's the pitch from Orta. 3-6 base hit George Orta, his 4th RBI of the ball game, and the White Sox now lead at 9-6. So that was, it looks like an unearned run because of the pass ball. I've seen that a lot today. So let's see. Lyle's run was not earned. So because of the pass ball, it's 9-6 White Sox. Munson sets the target. Lyle from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bonds. 3-5. Oh, that's gone. Oh, boy. Watch that one go into the bullpens in left center field. Holy cow. As Bonds will take the grand tour. Out in front of him is Orta. He scores. He welcomes Bonds at home plate, gives him the high five, and the White Sox now lead at 11-6. Big 2-run homer by Bobby Bonds. So Bobby Bonds just mushes one to left center field. That goes deep, far, and gone. So that will definitely be a bad situation for Lyle right now. Oh, and Lyle can't believe it. He hung that slider, and Bonds just golfed it in the left center field, heading to the bullpens out there. And boy, did it go. So Johnson the bat. Munson sets the target down. Lyle looks in. Here's the pitch. And that will be a struck him. Now Lyle will leave. Definitely not greeted with applause. White Sox get 3. We go to the bottom of the 8th. White Sox now lead it 11-6. White Sox 11-1, while the Yankees are at 6-7-3. So Ron Schuler will stay out there now. A 5-run lead as we go to the bottom of the 8th here. Captain Carl, how you doing, my friend? Thank you so much. All right, so thank you so much. Okay, he's a 6 starter. Okay, yeah, that's why I try what I do. So what I would. I hope he wasn't. I hope. He was also the Yankee starter on Sunday. Oh, that sucks. All right, thank you again. Appreciate Captain Carl from coming in. Again, thank you so much. I do what it dictates. Also, I hate to see Johnson behind the plate again tomorrow, but there is a lefty pitching in Ken Krevick, so I'm assuming that's what dictated that also. Munson's DHing or something. So we go to the bottom of the 8th inning, 11-6 Chicago. Munson followed by Randolph and Rivers. So Nordhagen sets the target. Schuler looks in. Here's the pitch to Munson. And that is a pop to short. Kessinger there makes the catch, 1 away. So, yeah, what I try to do with these pitching staffs, I try to go in there. If there are 6, I make them where they only stay the 6. So even though in 78 you did have a lot of complete games, I try not to have the computer overrun them and throw complete games all the time. I have to check Barrios and how many complete games he had, and maybe do I give him a 7 or an 8, or let him just sit out there with no fatigue and just let the actual fatigue knock him out. I may do that. I'll have to check on some of these pitchers. So depending where they fall in the complete game part of it. But if he's only a 6, I don't think he probably had many. So Norhagen sets the target. Schuler looks in. Here's the pitch to Willie. 4-10. That's a drive to left center field. That's going to be trouble. That'll be up against the wall. Randolph will go to second with a double. That worked for him. He was probably a W versus righty. So it was a homer double. That would probably turn into a single double. So here's Mickey, runner on second and 1 man out. Rivers 0 for 4 today. He can use a big hit here. Soderholm sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rivers. 1-9. Ground ball to second. Orta's got it. Goes to Johnson as Randolph moves to third. Here's Spencer. He's 2 for 4. Doubled and run the 5th. Singled in the 7th. He's 1 for 1 against Schuler today. Norhagen sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Spencer. And that's a walk to Spencer. Keeps the inning going. And here's Reggie. Boy, he can use that big home run now. So far in the ball game, he's 1 for 2 with 2 walks. So Jackson comes up. Chambliss on deck. Norhagen sets the target. Schuler from the stretch. First and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Jackson. A ground ball to second. Orta. Top play. Does he get it? Yes. Oh, Orta's a 4. And he comes up with a key play. Yankees strand 2. We head to the 9th. It's 11-6 White Sox. The 11-6 White Sox, we head to the 9th. And now the ball game gets interesting here as they'll send up Bloomberg, Soderholm, and Kessinger against, I guess we're going to stick with Sparky Lyle out there to finish this. So Munson puts down the target. Lyle looks in. Here's the pitch to Bloomberg. 1-10, base hit right field for Bloomberg. Normally a guy who doesn't like left-handed pitching. Smacks one in right field. So runner on first and nobody out. Here's Soderholm. Situation, we probably would like a righty out there, but I'm not going to waste Gossage on this situation. So Lyle's got to work his way out of this one. Munson sets the target. Lyle looks in from the stretch. Pitch to Soderholm, and that's a fly ball center field. That's a good out to get. Rivers with a catch and 1 away. So now here's Kessinger, 1 for 4 with a triple. Munson puts down the sign. Lyle from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Kessinger, and that's a pop to short. Dent will be there, calls everyone off in 2 outs. So here's Wayne Norhagen. He's 1 for 3, 2 runs scored. So a good situation for Lyle to get out of this and give the Yankees at least a chance. Munson puts down the sign. Lyle from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Norhagen. And Norhagen ground ball to short, goes to second for the easy force, and the White Sox are done in the 9th. Good job by Sparky Lyle in the 9th. So we go to the bottom of the 9th. This 11-6 White Sox, and the Yankees have a rally in their bones. They're going to need a big rally. They're down 5. White Sox 11-12-1. Yankees 6-8-3. So now Chambliss will bat, followed by White and Nettles. Switch left against Ron Schuler, who doesn't pitch well at all, against left-handed hitters. So this could be a big spot for him. Laren LeGros, I guess, is up in the White Sox bullpen if needed. It's not a safe situation. Norhagen puts down the sign. Schuler looks in. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that's a base hit for Chambliss. He got it on his own. So runner on first, nobody out. Yankees trying to get back in this. I would say it would be LeGros or Willoughby. Those had the active saves for the White Sox during the season. White steps up, 0 for 3 in a walk, needing a big hit right here. Norhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to White. And that will be a base hit for Roy White. Gets it up the middle. Yankees now got 2 on and nobody out. Yankees trying to get back in this game. So now here's Nettles. He got in as a pinch hitter back in the 7th. Knocked in 2 with a hit. Nettles has a chance here with a bigger chance. Dent on deck, followed by Munson. Norhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. First and second, nobody out. Pitch to Nettles. That will be a ground ball double play, and they get 2. Oh, doctor. That was 1-6-3. Great play by Schuler. Kessinger made the nice flip, and Johnson was there at the bag. 1-6-3. The Yankees are down to their last out. Chambliss on at third with 2 outs. So here's Bucky Dent. Chance for Dent to keep the inning going with Munson on deck. Norhagen puts down the sign. Schuler from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Dent. 6-11, fly ball left field. This could be trouble. Gar has a hard time getting to it, makes the play to end the game. The White Sox win the ball game by a score of 11-6. Let's go to our final recap here. White Sox 11-12-1. They go up to 3 wins and 4 losses. The Yankees are 6-10-3. They go to 4-3. Winning pitcher Fransisco Barrios. He does go 6 innings, 5 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 4 walks, 2 strikeouts. Schuler gets a 3-inning big save. 5 hits, 2 runs, 2 earned, 2 walks. So not a efficient save, but he goes 3 innings. Figueroa goes 3 2/3, gets the loss. Clay comes in, pitches effective 2 2/3. Eastwick a nice 2/3, and Lyle came in with 2 innings, 4 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned, including a big home run there by Bonds. Huge crowd here at the stadium. Normally they said 20,000 over here, but according to the game, it's 52,000 on this Saturday afternoon. So doubles by Orta, Bonds, Randolph, and Spencer. Triples by Kessinger, home runs by Orta and Bonds. RBIs, Lemon had 1, Orta had 4, Bonds had 3, Soderholm had 1, Kessinger had 2, Spencer had 1, Chambliss with 1, Johnson with 1, Nettles had 2, Mickey Klutz had 1. So let's take a look at the games of note for Sunday. We'll be back again Sunday afternoon, which has been a normal treat for me as a kid. Yankees Baseball usually Sunday afternoon on WPIX. So we'll definitely have the season finale against these same Chicago White Sox, the rubber game of this series. So we'll see who still has left to play here. It'll be Ken Krevick for the White Sox and Dick Tidrow for the Yankees. I believe they start a little small road trip in Baltimore. They'll also then have 2 games in Toronto before coming back home. Let's go over the Sunday game for you if you want to stay and listen to them. And then I'll go ahead and kind of look at the lineups real quick just to see what I'm looking forward to for this Sunday game. All right. Looks like we had a lot of games on that Sunday. It was Atlanta beating LA 7-2. California defeating Oakland 4-3. Then we'll look at standings for those who are interested. Reds leading the Astros 3-2. Cleveland leading Kansas City 6-5. So Cleveland getting a big win this weekend over the Royals. Blue Jays over the Tigers 2-1, and Orioles split. It was Brewers 7, Orioles 6. Baltimore 5, Milwaukee nothing. Milwaukee won the Mets nothing. It was the Phillies 5, St. Louis 2. Pirates beat the Cubbies 5-3. It was the Twins over the Mariners 5-4. Mariners over the Twins 10-5. They split a doubleheader. Padres over the Giants 1-0. Rangers over the Red Sox 7-3. Let's take a look at your standings in one moment. I just want to take a look at what the Yankee lineup will be. It'll be Randolph, Rivers, Munson DHing. Then it's Jackson, Piniella, Chambliss, Johnson, Nettles, Dent. So Reggie is in right field and Piniella playing instead of White. Then it's Gar, Lemon, Orta, Bonds, Johnson, Bloomberg, Soderholm, Kessinger, Nahana, Rodney. So basically the same lineup for Sox in Game 3. Let's take a look at the standings and then let everyone go. Again, thank you so much for coming in. Tim, Captain Carl, Baseball on the Radio, Beatles internally, all my good friends who came in and watched this broadcast. Thank you so much for being here. So far in the AL East, the Indians are 5-2, half game ahead of the Red Sox. Yankees are 4-3, 1 game back. Twins are in first in the West at 9-4. The Royals right now are 3-4. They're 3 games back. Cardinals first place in the East are half game over the Expos. The Astros are first place. Don't tell Steeler fan is 6-4. Padres are 4-3, half game back in the NL West. All right, folks, thank you so much for coming in. I want to thank everyone for being here. Again, this has been the Sports Time Machine as we bring you live coverage of the 1978 Yankee season. We'll do some games on live, some games on upload, depending on the situation. But this has been your game for today. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. We'll go for later, and we'll always talk to you later. Thank you so much.